Okay, on the bench today, I have a Kenwood KA 891. This is from a son trying to do a favor for his father, so I told him that I would take a look at it. Hasn't been working for several years, as I'm told. It doesn't power on, so we're gonna plug this in my dim bulb and we'll see what it does. Oh, the standby light is on. And it doesn't power on. Okay. The volume red light is on as well. And the power standby is on, but it doesn't power on. Okay, so we do have an issue. So, I'm going to open this up. Alright, have some screws on the back. And there it is. So something tells me that I have an issue with the power supply. Why is it not turning on? I have a fuse there. I'm trying to visualize anything that I could spot that could be wrong. I don't see anything, nothing's jumping at me. There is a fuse here that I'm going to check. Check the fuse. Fuse is good. I think something happened to these capacitors. These are the big caps, I think, eh? They are. I'm gonna check if there's any voltage on here. $70 volts on this. Okay, even though it doesn't power on, we've seen the standby light is always on. There's a lot of power here. There's 70 volts here. This one has 65. Okay. I was just checking this board here. I didn't see anything here, but if you lean this over, check that all the way down there. Something has been dropped in here. And I assume that's the problem. This board is going to have to come off. It's going to be a lot of work. That's too bad. I was hoping that it, I was going to be able to get that easy enough. Something definitely happened to this board. Are we able to clean it? I am not sure. all along here has been probably water damaged. Okay, so I've cleaned this board out. It looks really nice. I don't know if you guys can actually see it, but all the crusty white gummy stuff is gone. Now I am going to check most of those capacitors. I don't know if you guys can see this, but check out this resistor. It's really dusty, and that's crossing, and I'm sure this is causing some sort of a short. I believe that I'll have to bring this outside in the garage and clean it out. Hopefully it didn't damage anything else. Okay, I'm on the front control board from this Kenwood, and I'm finding some issues right now. Of course, the issue with this is I can't power it. I have the power standby. Light is on, but it won't power on. So here I am checking some components, and I've checked these capacitors here. These two here, this one here is open. So I'm about to change some of these capacitors here, and it's pretty dark around here as well. So let's try some of these capacitors, like this one right here. This little one here, I don't know what value it is, but this is open. Absolutely no activity on these needles. I'll check it on this side. This is open. You know, I'm touching it, but so, and these two right here, these are open as well. Not open, but the ESR is over 30, which is absolutely no good for nothing. Oh, the other one is just below the other one. So both ESRs around 30. So I'll take them out of circuit. This one, so there's 3 of them that I see that are open. The other ones are all checking okay. Oh, I should have checked this yellow one. That's the yellow one. Let me see about the yellow one. I think I can check it off on this side. Yeah, I think this yellow one is open as well. It's the very last one here. Let me get that. Let me get at that. Yeah, the ESR, well, the ESR is reading 4 ohms. Alright, so let's start off with this little bugger here. You guys can see this, eh? This is a tiny little one. Goodness. How small that is. And this is a 10 microfarad at 16 volts. Look at the size of it. There it is. So Capacitor Wizard only gives me the ESR. So what I'm going to do, It says it's open circuit. And if you want to try this thing, there, it should read it now. See what it's reading on my M tester. And check out the ESR. It's usually 1 or 2 ohm or something like that, say, but this is kilo ohm, 0.14 kilo ohm. The voltage lost is 15%. Okay, and this is only supposed to be a 10 microfarad, and it's reading it at 127 microfarad. So this is an open circuit. And what I do is I usually change them one by one, so I don't get mixed up. 10 microfarad at 16 volts. So this is I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is a 10 microfarad at 25 volts. Let's see what it's reading. This is going to be super good. So we'll replace this. So there's a new 10 microfarad capacitor. Okay, so now I'm going to tackle these two right down here. These are open. No, I'm sorry, they're not open, but I'm reading high ESR. Okay. There's one, and those are they're 50 volts. These are 10 microfarad at 50 volts. Let's try just for the fun of it. I love proving myself. Okay, no, let's try that. It is the same value. This is a 10 microfarad. I'm losing voltage at a rate of 3.9%, but check my ESR, 24 ohms. So 24 ohms for this one. And this is, what did I say it was? 10 microfarad at 50 volts. Brand new capacitors. That's good. 10 microfarad at 50 volts, 1.4 ohms. Right now I'm just cleaning out my holes. There. There's one. And we'll try to get the next one, which is the very... And there is the next one. Let's see what this is. It's very same, 10 at 50. This one was even worse. This one is 0.11 kilo ohm. Definitely an issue. And this is what a new one should test. And it's at 1.9 ohm resistor. So we'll slap that one in. Yeah, pretty happy about these findings. Okay. And again, I'm making sure that polarization is right on. There. So those 3 caps have been changed. There's 2 other ones that I'm going to check right here. See, I'll check them in and I'll come back if they're bad. Okay guys, this one here is the same as a 10 microfarad at 50 volt. It's the same as this one. And I'm showing that it's open. This is the cap right there. I got one leg. Let's try the other leg. There. This cap is open. This is what it should be reading. Open cap. Let's take it out of circuit. And let's test it. It's taking its time because it can't read it. Look at the ESR, 0.14 kilo ohm. Voltage loss is at 33%. This is open. I bet you this will tell me that it's an open circuit. We're trying this. It says it's an open circuit. Just gotta heat this up and it'll go through. There we go. So the only thing that you need to make sure, right guys, it's right polarization. This one here is a 220, but I've tested it and it's testing good. So I'm not even gonna bother. Want me to check it again? Let's do it. This one right here. And it's testing at less than an ohm. That is still good. I wonder if the value of it. And it's this one right up here. Let's see what I'm reading. Supposed to be a 220, but it's in circuit. Not gonna read it bang on, but I'm reading 250. So I'm pretty confident that capacitor is still good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to solder this board again. So I'm putting that back, shutting the power off. It served me well. Okay. Okay, I've got the voltage regulator off of this board. The paste that's behind it was really dried up, and I'm afraid that it wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. It's supposed to cool this off. You know, it's supposed to take on all the heat from this voltage regulator. And so I'm going to put some new paste on this. Okay. Where this voltage regulator was, there was a lot of dark spot, like a raw heat. I shouldn't say dark spot, I should say a heat spot there. It was pretty bad. So, maybe that. So I'll just clean this out, put some new one in. I can actually put a heat sink on this, but I actually have one right here. We'll solder the voltage regulator back in place. We can bend it a little bit. So at least we have a heat sink on this. How does that look, guys? Okay, so I change all these capacitors. Okay, this is where the heat was. Put a new heat sink with the voltage regulator. I've changed 4 capacitors that are open, and there's 3 other ones capacitors right here. I just checked them and they seem to be open. So we'll still have a little bit more work to do on this board, but we're gonna get cracking. So this yellow one here is definitely, yes, I'm going to change this. Well, actually, it's still good. But I think I'll try to change it anyway. Got my attention. It's got Okay guys, I've partially put it back together, and I didn't want to put it all back together because then you're not really sure if it's actually going to work. But there's the relay here that I've taken apart. I've cleaned it out a little bit. Anyways, I've worked on this board right here. This is where I've changed all these capacitors. Now, the moment of truth. I'm gonna just hang on a second. I'm gonna hook it up on the dim bulb. And we're just actually gonna see if this turns on. Remember before, all I had was the power standby switch. I didn't have anything else, and it wouldn't power on at all. So, okay, we're ready for this. We change all these capacitors, and I'm thinking, so I've got my standby lights. Okay, and this is the power switch here. See if it's working. There you have it. Changing all these capacitors, and I've only got a few of them now, but I think there was 5 or 6 of them. I've changed all on this board. Power's on. There's a relay. And the actual relay, the protected relay, is back here. Okay guys, I put the front plate back on. It's powered on. Let's see if this is going to light up. And there it is. So changing the capacitors I'm going to be able to put this back together and try it out. But I have the power off flashing. At least I'll be able to know that there is an issue now with this system. By changing the capacitor behind here, I was able to get the display back working. Now it's flashing P off, which this tells me that there is an issue with this amplifier. So I'm going to need to dig in a little further. The relay is detecting some issue, but I'm going to end this video here. This is going to be part one. Part one was, if you're having an issue with the display on this Kenwood 891, check out your capacitors behind here. 3 of them were open on this board. So, and I'm pretty sure that that would solve your problems. Okay? If you like the video, thumbs up, send me some comments, and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it.